if you're holding PYI or buying this KASPA 4 coin, this could be a critical turning point. Let me show you whether to buy, sell, and how to maximize your profits, or is this a rug pull or not? Welcome back everybody to the Jomo Crypto Trading channel. We talk all things crypto trading and altcoins specifically. Jomo is here, and today we are diving into PYRIN, PYI. This is a KASPA coin fork that is making some waves with big gains for some people, me included. If you're holding PYI or considering buying, right, you might be wondering whether this is the right time to maybe sell, maybe buy. In this video, I'm going to break down everything that you need to know about PYI and share the strategies about how to maximize your gains. And as I said, is this something you want to sell now because maybe you're afraid this is a rug pull or not? Some signs that this might happen. Let's dive right into it. Before we jump into the key analysis, here is a quick tip. You want to find these coins when they are under followed, when no one is really noticing them. Why? Because afterwards, when they start exploding, you're already in. It's a complete surprise for everyone else, and you capitalize on their FOMO and on their jumping on the wave. So stay tuned until the end, and I will show you how I find these coins that maybe no one is still noticing. So today, just to make it simple, we're going to go through a few steps. One, we're going to go through some fundamentals about PYI. Then we're going to watch the technicals. And lastly, I'm going to tell you by the technicals whether or not this is a good entry now or what you need to wait for in order to get in or not. Now, in the midst, of course, I'm going to show you some signs that you want to watch out. Starting with the website. This is, of course, PYRIN website, next generation decentralized transaction network. If you don't know, this is a KASPA fork, and that is one of the reasons of the hype around PYRIN. Now, I wouldn't say there's huge hype around it, but the last wave, just a month ago, this made almost 10x on the move. That's pretty big, that's pretty substantial. And you could have made good gains even if you had a medium account size. So getting in with a 10,000, maybe even a 50,000 and more dollar position could have made you maybe not the 10x because you should have incrementally got in, but at least a 2-3x on it. Wow, that's a good move. That's something you want to notice. So understand that this is a KASPA fork, which means it's a layer 1, right? It is working on a proof of work, and this of course has the same concept of GhostDAG implementation. Now, not going into the technicals, people say that this is the next big thing for blockchains, and you know what? Believe it, don't believe it, it doesn't matter. Can this make you money or not? This is what is important for us as traders. So the website looks quite good, right? It has, you know, let's see the latest, moves you into their medium, right? So from 16th of April, well, not really a lot of work done over here, which is okay. This is their medium page. I would say that I would prefer to see more work, but it's okay. Let's see what they say about the tokenomics. Again, they send it to medium, all right? Roadmap, same thing. When was it last updated? This was from the 31st of December, so a few months ago. All right, this is the roadmap 2024, already Q1, Node Explorer, smart contracts in Q2. All right, nothing too special to see over here, just that it looks good. Instant, decentralized, all the goodies are in the website itself. Now let's move to see a bit about what's happening on the coin market cap page. We just want to see, you know, the technical stuff. We want to see what's going on. So the first thing that jumps out is, of course, the market cap itself. It's number 3,000. And you want to say, Jomo, this is number 3,000. Who cares about this? We don't care about number 3,000. Come on, give us the good shit. And I will tell you, hey, this is the good shit. Why? Because now it's number 3,000, but it can be number 700. It can be number 500. And to do that, you just need to increase 10x. What will happen to you if it will go 10x? You'll make a lot of money. And that's what I'm trying to make for you. I'm trying to help you find things that will make you money. I don't care about the hype. I don't care about what everyone else is talking about. If everyone else is talking about something, yes, you can make money out of it, but you can't make outstanding gains. So we're trying to find the things that are beneath the surface, people that don't know about it are not talking about just yet. And PYRIN is one of those. And how do you know? Because it's number 3,000. And as I said in my YouTube videos many times, we want to search for under-followed coins, right? We are retail traders. If you're a whale watching me, thank you. I thank you for watching me. I really appreciate it. But most of you are just like me, retail traders. Even if you have $1 million, you are still a retail trader. You're not a whale. I salute you for being, having fun with your $1 million, your big account, but that's it. You're not a whale, right? I'm not a whale. But I'm a good trader. And as a good trader, I'm looking for these things, the under-followed asset. Now, a good cue to see that maybe this is a bit better than we think is that the volume is better. The volume is number 1,500. Is it the best? No, but this can change in an instant. And as I saw, right, because I traded this 2 months ago, volume went 10x. So what happens if volume goes 10x? This at least goes to number 700 or maybe even 500 on the volume wise. And that's already interesting. That's already interesting, all right? So please make sure that you don't have biases towards these things, because if you want to make outstanding gains, you need to think differently than everyone else. So that's something you want to take note. Let's take a quick look at the Twitter of PYRIN and see some signs, good or bad. So this is the Twitter of PYRIN, 14K followers, that's okay, nothing too special. However, what I'm seeing, which I don't like on the Twitter, is that they don't post enough. May 8th is the last, wallet, they're working, they have a wallet, that's good. But look, April 24, they reposted something else where CoinX listed PYI, that's nice, right? Not huge exchange, so that's a good thing. Actually, you don't have many exchanges yet, all right, with PYI, which means when they get to those exchanges, it can blast. For example, CAS itself, which I traded from even as early as May 2023 or March 2023, we traded it from the 1.5 cents, 1.4 cents before it was listed in an exchange. We traded it on Mexi before it was listed on Gate.io, I believe. And what happened? It exploded from 1.5 cents-ish to over 4 cents in just a matter of weeks after it got listed on Gate.io. Is that something you want to take part of? Of course. That's why I'm sharing with you PYI, because this might happen in PYI too. And I'm saying might, but this is a red flag. I'm not seeing enough work on their social media. Does it mean that they're not legit? No, but it means that they don't have this part of their project covered well enough. And maybe this is a red flag because, hey, I will tell you one thing. I don't know what might be a rug pull or not. If it's already for years around, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, no, it's not a rug pull, right? But if it's something new, it can be a rug pull. Even WorldCoin, WLD, which was founded by Sam Altman, the founder of ChatGPT. It can still be a rug pull. I don't care until it shows me that it is around for years and years. For me, it can be a rug pull, and that's why when I look at things that I might want to hold for a bit longer, not only for a trade of a few weeks, but maybe a few months, this needs to interest you, and you need to be careful about it because rug pulls can happen. So on the Twitter side, not seeing anything too good. So summarizing the fundamentals, the website looks good. This is layer 1, of course, with the GhostDAG buzzword, always good. This is an underfollowed asset. Underfollowed assets is always good because those, as I said, when they explode, people start FOMOing into them and they jump. It's a complete surprise, so it can go below knees, and that's where you want to be positioned into. And lastly, but not as good, Twitter, I would say they don't post enough, and that's concerning. Now, let's move to the technicals. Here we have the chart of PYI. Look, when I see something like this, I just love it. I see the visual representation of all the decisions that the participants of this specific market have done, and I just love it. I've seen this in the past in a positive way, right? In a positive way. Now, you would ask me, Joe, why in a positive way? Look what happened. This got hammered all the way down, 86% from the top. Hey, That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Even Bitcoin a few times went down from peak to trough 80 something percent. Does it mean that it was a bad thing? Well, if you bought the top and waited all the way down and sold the bottom, yes, very bad thing. You lost 86% of your capital on this specific trade. However, then if you got into it at a good entry level, that was a good entry for you. So, is it a bad thing that we went 86% down? No, not necessarily. Might be a bad sign. Always be aware that this might be a bad sign, but not necessarily. So let's first dive into what happened over here. So this is a trade that we took right around over here initially in my group, and then we added to it after it made what I call an uppercut move. I'm not going to go exactly over this, all right? But what the uppercut move was this one. So initially we got in over here. This is the first entry. It made roughly, let's measure 60-70%, and then made this uppercut, broke up. It's uppercut because boom, you can see it, boom, get back into range, and then made a huge move until 27 something, and I sold almost at the top the rest of the position. Of course, I always sell into strength, but I almost sold at the top of the 27 over here, and what I mean, this is going to be in a second. So 27th, almost the top, and of course from this first entry until the top, we made 468%. Did I say 10x? Sorry, for some reason I remember 10x that some people made. Maybe it was from over here. Yeah, from over here, that's the measure. For if you got in this accumulation range, you made 10x. But if you got in my entry, you made 4.5x, 5x. That was good. And from the second entry, which was right over here, you could have made 200%. That's fantastic. That's fantastic, right? So we made a good move. We're happy campers. Just want to make sure that we know that in our trading service, we're happy campers. We make money at all times. But what happened next? Boom, this is what happened. Now, why do I want to show you this specifically? And again, I'm trying to show you the pros and the cons. Right now, the technical pros and cons, because the fundamentals were already covered. But this is something I wanted to note. If you watch my videos, you know that sometimes I lean back on very known knowledge. I try not to invent things at all times. Sometimes I will try to innovate if I can, but many times I will fall on known knowledge. What is known knowledge? For example, the archetype of a psychology of market cycle. This is it. Look, you start with a disbelief rally, go to hope, all the way to euphoria. That's the top, of course. Then you go to complacency. People think it's going to continue, but then go all the way down, anxiety, denial, whatever, anger, and depression. And as you can see, it goes for a while sideways until it goes back to this disbelief area, which is this point over here, and then continues to a new move up, which is a stage 2 accumulation, if you know what I'm talking about. If not, join our trading service and learn, because hey, why not take trading seriously and understand these concepts? So imprint this in your mind for just 1 second, put it in your mind, and now go back down over here. What do we think is happening over here? Well, I think that this right over here, anger and depression, I think this was anger over here. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think all this phase was the anger, and now we are in the depression phase over here, and we might soon enough go to a disbelief rally. Now, when will that happen? I don't know exactly, but it will happen something like this. And now if you take this and go all the way back to what I showed you, this looks just like the archetype, right? Simple. Make it simple, stupid. Now, am I saying that this is 100% what will happen? No, I can't know. Again, this can be a rug pull. I don't know. That is why A, I don't go all in. And B, when I take something like this, which might be a bit longer hold, I won't go with a big position size. If you know me as a trader, I like to find bases, something that I know is strong momentum, and then I can go concentrated. Then I can go 12.5%, 25%, sometimes up to 50% of my account in one trade. But it's into momentum. Nothing will rug pull you into momentum in a sex. I don't trade on dexes, right? But when it's at this stage, when I call it the stage 1 neglect phase, yes, it can still be a rug pull, even if it's in some sexes. That's why I won't just go all in this area. If you do that and you get lucky, way to go. I don't try to get lucky. I try to make money consistently in the market as a trader. Anyways, so this is what I think might happen. And of course, what you need to be aware of is this line of resistance over here, right? All this is kind of a resistance area. You can see all this uppercut, all this, you know, this level. You can see we had uppercut over here. We had these, yeah, this is the uppercut, of course. These lines almost touching over here. This area of confluence as well over here was over here. So right now we're going to stay below this blue line. Of course, this is the first line of resistance. Once we cross this first line above this, I would argue this will initiate the disbelief rally, right? The disbelief rally, and then after that, the continuation once we break above this. And of course, you have more support and resistance that maybe you want to be aware of. This is another resistance, and of course, the all-time high. But you don't need to really remember all that. That's just going into the technicals. I just want you to be aware of it, where you can just get stuck a little bit in price action for a while. But what you do need to understand from here is, and that is our third thing I want to talk about. Remember, we talked about the fundamentals. Now we talked a bit about the technicals, but now the third thing is the strategy, right? That you might take in order to get into a PYI now, all right? Or later on. So the strategy I would argue that you should take is just start to accumulate. Let me remove everything. So for me, if I believe that this was, all right, anger, over here and depression, so this probably is around the bottom. So I would argue what you want to do, if this is interesting for you, if I'm not trying to sell you on this coin, I'm not trying to shield you on this coin, actually I don't have a position on it right now open. I don't. Might initiate one, but I don't. So what I'm trying to convey over here is what you can do if this interests you. If you feel that PYI is something that you want to get into because either you understand what I'm trying to say over here and it sounds logical, or maybe you did your own research, which I advise and encourage, and you found PYI to be something that you want to maybe take advantage of, perfect. I will now tell you what I think can be a good strategy for you to get in from my experience. So, from my experience, you can accumulate, all right? Either DCA, which you just put a little bit of money each month in certain date, doesn't matter the price, that's one option. Another option is just to accumulate each time we reach around that, 4 cents level. 4 cents sounds like where CAS was, right? Sounds like where CAS was, right? So each time it goes to 4 cents, buy just a little bit, and once it breaks this level and probably initiate disbelief, add to it. And then just relax and see how it goes. If it goes something like this, maybe something like this, let me just paint it. So you bought some over here, you bought some over here, then bought some over here, then broke. You bought here, you bought here, you bought here, and you bought here. And now you broke, and now it's doing something like this. They will broke out of this level. You can add to it over here again, all right? So as you can see, you will need to progressively expose yourself, right? So that's called pyramiding actually, into PYI. And of course, if it gives you real momentum, something like boom, like this, and then creates a base, that's another story altogether. And that is a topic for another video. And hey, just for you to see why I think this strategy can work, of course, not only, I showed you the archetype, which is common knowledge, okay? Not me. Again, I did not invent this. This is something that is occurring again and again and again in the markets. This happens. But not only this, but if we go to CAS, for example, and we take a look at the chart of KASPA, let me remove everything maybe that we have over here. No, we don't have anything. And we go back to the inception of it. Something quite similar has happened. Let's replay all this, and let's enlarge it. So something similar happened, right? Take a look at this. A bit shorter, but it had a move up, a move down, then it created this depression anger, boom, disbelief rally, and then started, and look, this was below 1 cent, and now it went all the way to 50 cents. This made a huge move. So if something like KASPA, or even half of it, will happen to PYI, just imagine how big of a move you can get. All right, after you heard my 3 points I wanted to make, the fundamentals, the technicals, and the strategy, let's go to the bottom line. Jomo, tell me, buy it or sell it? Well, what I would argue is that after you understood the pros and the cons, and of course, remember, anything can be a rug pull. Anything can be a rug pull. I would argue that PYI is potentially a good accumulation play, just like the archetype of psychology of market cycle. I think this will pan out. I do think and believe it can happen with a high probability of it being a rug pull. Now, be conscious if you want to get into it. Always follow the Twitter. Always try to follow, not every day, but try to find out if there are bad signs if you want to get out. Now, if you do get in, don't sell right now. If you're holding it, don't sell. By the way, we didn't talk with you guys, but if you're holding it, don't sell. Maybe add with the strategy that I said. DCA, yes, of course you can do that, but I would argue you would rather buy that bottom point again and again a few times until you accumulate what you want. For example, let's say for this position, you want to have $4,000. All right, buy $1,000 each time. And if you didn't reach that $4,000 when you accumulated, it doesn't matter. Add when it goes to disbelief, and then add when you break that high of the disbelief as I showed you. This way you put risk, but you don't put all the risk on at one time, and you let it pyramid and build. But the good thing is that if we do make a CAS move, you still built a good foundation, a good position to capitalize on that big move. And of course, we didn't talk about when to sell it, but you would want to sell it before we top, of course, but that is already a topic for a next video. Of course, I won't let you go without giving you that bonus that I promised. Yes, you can find the next 10x mover, the next 100x mover, but you need to know how to do it. The way to do it is to find underfollowed assets, sometimes at the very point of their inception. So this is a website I love using, livecoinwatch.com. And the way I do things is I go over here, you see this filter, I take this filter property, I go by age, and let's say I do at least, right? At most, and let's say I do 50 days, and maybe I add another filter. Let's see over here, let's add another filter, and then I would do volume because I don't want something too small, and I would say at least over here, let's say at least $100,000, all right? And then I would do apply filters, boom, it will apply the filters over here. As you can see, let's now, arrange it by volume of the last 24 hours. And as you can see, boom, you have ENA, TNSR, W, Res with all huge volumes. Maybe at the bottom, maybe you know all this, but maybe you don't know, for example, GMR, a new game. And then you just follow them. Then you dive deep into the rabbit hole, and then you find something with a potential of a 10x, 100x, and so on and so forth. All right, everyone, I hope you loved the information I had to give you today. I know that I had fun supplying this to you. I really am interested in you becoming the best version of yourself, and for you to find the next big coin for yourself, because you know what? Making money is amazing because it changes life. I'm married, I have a son, and it's just fantastic. So if you liked what I had to say, please consider giving me a like, subscribe to the channel, why not? And if you do want even to go and invest a bit more, you can always join our trading service. Check down in the first comment section below or in the description and check me out. Now, if you want to learn more about PYI, you can either take one of the videos here that they're gonna show up now about PYI, or maybe you want to know about CAS, when I took CAS the first time. This is the video about CAS that I took the first time. Remember, everyone, you want to stay tight, and until next time, no edge, no trade. Cheers, everybody.